Hey everybody, welcome back to another beer review behind the bar. Beer review number 16 this evening. Wanted to come out tonight and review another beer that I got from my buddy Tighe up in New York. In a beer mail package, he actually sent me a growler, small growler, actually the smallest growler I've ever seen, of a beer from Peekskill Brewery, which is up out of Peekskill, New York, apparently. And this beer is their simple sour, and I'm a big sour fan. It's a Berliner Weiss, and from everything I heard about this beer, it's called their simple sour. There's nothing too crazy about it, but I wanted to do a review of it. It's a nice day outside here in Kansas City, so I thought I'd do a nice, refreshing, kind of crisp beer. So I thought this would be a good one to do. So let's give it a shot and see what it's all about. Let's pour it in the glass and see what we think. I was impressed when I opened this growler. He had put beeswax on it, which we all know, I think, how I feel about wax bottles. I don't actually know if I've talked about it on the channel, but I hate wax bottles just because it takes me like an hour to open them. But this one wasn't too bad, but it had good carbonation. This has actually been, I've had this for about 2 weeks, so I was glad it still had good carbonation. I mean, as you can see, pours into the glass. Crystal clear. I mean, perfectly clear, as you would expect from the style. Good amount of, a good finger of head when I poured that out. Some big soapy bubbles on top, but pretty tight otherwise. Not dissipating as quickly as I thought it might. I haven't actually looked up a lot about this beer. I'm not sure what the ABV is. I would assume it's probably 5 or less than 5. Like I said, a simple sour, pretty standard beer. I know they do use Brettanomyces and lacto with this beer, obviously, since it's a sour. Let's see what we think. See what the aroma's like. Wow. It's actually, I'm surprised. It's got a big nose on it. Yeah, I mean, huge. You definitely get the kind of that horse blanket smell from the Brett, which I love. Not a ton of it, but it's definitely there. Kind of that hay. But you definitely, you can definitely tell this is a sour. There's some tartness there. A lot of like lemongrass, citrus notes. But then it kind of goes straight into like the yeasty elements in the Brett, and then the tartness. That's a great nose. It's a great nose. I'm excited. Yeah, I mean, nothing too crazy. I mean, the fact that this is just pretty straightforward, it knows exactly what it is. One of their house beers is how I would describe it. Something they kind of always have on tap. I mean, the nose on this beer makes me think that this would be something that'd be wonderful to have canned like for summertime. But let's dig in, see what we think. Tighe, thank you very much for the beer mail package, the second review from that, and I'm looking forward to the taste. Cheers. Interesting. Another one of those beers, I've had a few of them lately, where the nose does not follow the taste at all. This beer smells way more sour than it tastes. It's not a bad thing. It's not horribly tart. I don't get a lot of the lacto in this. I definitely get I get much more of the Brett. That wet hay blanket kind of barnyard notes that Brettanomyces is known for. I'm getting a ton of that in this beer. Kind of it's weird. Like right as it hits your tongue, it's tart. I definitely get that tartness and the kind of the sourness of it, but then it completely goes away into the yeast and the kind of the yeasty elements of this beer. And there's kind of like a crackery element to it from the malt. You're definitely getting the malt. This is probably a medium malt beer, more so than a lot of similar beers of the style that you would have. I'm trying to think of something that I would consider similar. If you're local, comparing it to something like Cinderblock's Casey Weiss, this is completely different than that. That is tart for days and one of the most tart beers of the style, and I love that beer. This is not like that on the tongue at all. It's almost muted. You're definitely getting more of the malt, and I don't know if that's from. I don't think it's because I've had the growler for 2 weeks. I really don't. I think that's just the notes of this beer. You're definitely getting the lemon. That's definitely the predominant citrus flavor that I'm pulling out of this is lemon and lemongrass. I think it goes right into the barnyard, man. And I dig it. I mean, it's definitely different. I don't think I've had something of this style that tastes like this. And it's cold. I mean, I didn't let this warm up at all. It's got a good body, though. I mean, one of the things that's surprising me about this, it's not thin, it's not watery like you'll get a lot with this style. It's definitely got almost like a light medium body, but it's definitely, I can feel it. Like it's not creamy, but I definitely get something kind of, going over my tongue. There's definitely a layer there. But yeah, I'm sorry, I'm a little perplexed by this because it smells like it's gonna be tart as shit. Like it's just how it smells. But then it's not that at all. It's completely different. And I know it's the Brett. Like I can tell it's the Brett, which is great because I love Brett. I mean, live in Kansas City, of course we love Brett. I mean, Saison Brett's one of the biggest beers here and one of the best beers here, and it's delicious. Everybody loves Brett, but really interesting. I would dig this. I was curious when I started this review if this would be the type of beer that I would want canned on a hot summer day. And I don't think it is. Just because of the mouthfeel, it's not real tart, it's not real refreshing. I mean, it's kind of what you want out of this style a little bit. I mean, like why I drink like some of the Anderson Valley like canned beers. I know it's a different style, but that's why I drink those is because in the summertime they're just really tart and really refreshing. And things that are similar. Man, I feel like I need to like drink the entire glass of this and give you guys some more of a let my thoughts and feelings sink in. And I'm already at 7 minutes on this review and I haven't even told you what I really think about it. Because it really could go either way. If I think that this is horrible, if I think it's really good. I really like this beer. It's definitely really good. Pour a little more here. Yeah, it's great. It's completely not what I was expecting. It's really not. I was expecting something sour. I was expecting something tart. It's not bad. It smells like that. Like it smells really tart, but it's just not. Which is fine. Just like again, not what I was expecting. So with that in mind, I looked it up. Beer Advocate. I just looked at the rating. 88 is what this is rated, which is a very good rating for a beer like this, I think. And I'm pretty close with that. I would say it's. I'd go probably a point like B plus, so 88, 89. I'll go 89 with this. I don't think it's an A- beer. It's really good. If I was at a bar and I saw this on tap, I would order it, especially if it was summertime. I would order it. It's a good beer. I've never had anything from Peekskill, so this is a good introduction to them. I know they make some IPAs that I've heard are really good. They make a Citra one that I would love to try. Yeah, this one's just, it's weird. I can't get over how much the nose does not follow the flavor on the taste on this. I'm staring at this beer in just kind of wonderment. But, I mean, based on what they're doing, I'm assuming the grain bill on this is very simple. I would assume that there's definitely a wheaty aspect to this that I didn't mention earlier. There's definitely some wheat to this. I mean, you're getting a decent amount of wheat. I think that's probably where I'm getting the citrus notes from. Yeah, we'll go 89. We'll go 89 on this. So delicious beer. I mean, like I said, if you're on the East Coast up in New York, the New York area, I don't know what their distribution network's like, or if they even distribute at all. Seek it out. I mean, I would not seek it, but if they have it, try it. If you like the style, definitely do it and give it a shot. So Tighe, thank you very much. Definitely not a disappointment. It's definitely an interesting beer that I would drink again. So, and I may have to do that sometime. But thanks for sending it. As for those of you that watched the video, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I've added a bunch of subscribers this week, which is great. I've had a lot of people reach out to me and talk and things like that. It's been fantastic. So let's keep that up. Let's keep the conversations going, and let's keep Just keep making beer fun. That's why I do this. So let's just make it fun. I like sharing it and just talking with people. It's like I just kind of wish everybody was here having a beer with me and we could just talk about beers. But that's kind of what it is. I do it and then you do it later and give me comments and stuff like that. So that's what I'm going for. So hopefully that's what we continue to do. I'm going to be doing some really fun reviews coming up. I have some road trips coming up, and me and a few buddies are going to drink some pretty crazy beer in the next couple weeks. So keep an eye out on what I'm going to call whale watching. So keep your binoculars ready. We're going to see some crazy beers here pretty soon, I think. So along with some other stuff that I'm doing locally. So anyways, yeah. So cheers, guys. Thanks for watching Behind the Bar, and hopefully we'll do another one soon. Cheers.